Hello, and welcome to the Black Dice Society, episode 14, The Forlorn, part 2. Valentine, as you all make your way down these stone steps to this oddly preserved and macabre druid circle, and you hear the clanging of weapons, as presumably the young woman you were after is locked in combat with the same man that brought you here to rescue her. What would you like to do?
I'm going to look around at the party's expressions first and foremost, just kind of see what stance everyone is taking. My general, are we going to hurt somebody or are we going to deal with this elseways?
You watch as Jolender Sunstar says, well, that will require a bit of explanation, later, and disappear in a cloud of mist, as everyone seems equal parts confused and gauging their response, quite frankly.
I'd like to make a telepathic link with Desmond.
Desmond?
You.
So I'll just pop into your head and just be like, so that's concerning.
A little bit. Would be nice to not have, people disappearing in the midst of wildness. I'm very curious as to what's going on here.
I don't trust any of this.
And well, you shouldn't. We are in the midst. I trust nothing. That's just my standard. So, welcome to my world.
So, are we attacking? I'm not going to be the person who throws the first hit and then everyone yells at me for it.
I understand. I'm a firm believer in let somebody try to hit us, and if they decide that they wouldn't, choose violence, then
there's two people down there already fighting with swords.
But are they fighting us? If they're not fighting us, we may be fine. I feel like we should probably scout and figure out what's going on here before we pick sides and wreck stuff, because we will.
I have my concerns about bringing peace into a literal knife fight, but okay, certainly. Well then.
Tristan Eblanc, the young man who was in charge of the castle up above, you might recall it was an interesting mix of technological wonders of automated humans and goblins that seemed to worship him as he was going about his business. He is young, but beautiful. It is difficult to take your eyes off of him. He's got curly, dark hair and just seems almost like the embodiment of spring. And as he is watching Safra and Jolender locked in combat down there, fangs extended and snarling as their blades clang again and again. It's like, this is curious. I haven't been down here in some time, but I don't recall having invited them in.
Is an invite required?
Well, I don't mean to make assumptions, but they do look a little, invitations tend to be a prerequisite, yes.
Seems like a lot of that's fuzzy. There's a lot of gray areas there. Or they're not who you think they are.
Unfortunately, I find very rarely is anyone who we truly think they are, but it's why I prefer the company of my creations and my goblin friends.
Valid. Well, being here is just as much of a surprise to us as it is to you, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
Now, you know these two?
I can't say that I've ever had made either of their acquaintances before. We just did upstairs with him, but he was there. That seems odd.
Awfully casual to just say that it seems odd.
Mm-hmm.
I've led an interesting life, but I find things tend to just work out, really. Although, if this were to become unpleasant. If you all were to look after my safety and well-being, I would be quite grateful to you. I'm not much one for violence.
Explain what grateful means.
Well, in the background, you're still hearing, and he's ignoring it completely, looking at the two of you. Well, my lands and holding are significant, although I don't believe that you're going to want to join us for an extended stay here in Castle Tristanora. But if there might be some item or device I might fashion for you, as I've shown, I do have some effectiveness as an inventor.
Interesting. So other than those, what do you fashion?
Oh, well, what would you fancy? There are, of course, weapons that I could create. There are also, of course, my constructs. Perhaps a butler or a servant of some that could come along with you. Your blue skin friend did seem quite taken with my serving horse. I knew that would be a good big hit at parties.
Her name is Tatiana.
I did not have a chance to make her acquaintance. It has been quite a busy day, and now this. We can negotiate the terms. I just want you to know that you would have my generosity.
I look over to Desmond.
Is that link still connected to where we could talk without him hearing?
Yeah.
I just kind of like say in my head, I am partial to people owing us. It does sound nice.
I'm a fan of favors as well, but I am not really great at protecting anyone as the one usually being protected. So that definitely falls to you.
That is valid. And then without a hesitation, I look at him and say, what exactly would you need us to help you with? Like in protection, like why would you need protection?
Well, there does seem to be a bit of an altercation taking place, and oh no. You all may want to duck. And down before you, you see where Safra and Jolender are fighting. She just says, I don't care how many times I have to do this. I will see you burn. And she jumps back and pulls something out of her belt and points it at him. It is an odd metal tube with a handle of some sort that she clicks a switch on, and boom, fire erupts. And hello, and welcome to the Black Dice Society. This is episode 14, The Forlorn, Part 2. As always, this is a Ravenloft campaign. It is a horror-themed campaign. As such, there may be content that you do not see in most other D&D streams. As always, I've discussed with the cast. I'm aware of their lines and veils. We have a safety system in place in case something becomes problematic over the course of the show. They can let me know. So if a scene should suddenly shift out of nowhere, maybe it's because somebody became uncomfortable, but be advised with your own potential triggers and issues that it may come up over the course of the narrative. With that being said, let us meet our cast, beginning with the two fine human beings that we've already encountered here, starting with Valentine.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan, but tonight I'm Valentine. Valentine is a reborn aberrant mind sorcerer and not terribly a fan of fighting herself. Would much rather just kind of step on back, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Outsource the fisticuffs, right?
Exactly. Look, we have people for that.
Desmond?
Hi, I'm DJ Knight. Technically one of the people for that in theory, because he's not exactly against fighting. He kind of enjoys it. I am Desmond, and I play a human ranger who is gifted with lycanthropy, and it's kind of nice. You're awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. And both our pronouns are he, him.
I do appreciate you were like, we have people for that. And in my mind, I was like, I am people for that.
Oh, yes. That applies everywhere.
It's true. Globally. Literally.
I do my best to keep people around for that.
That is, it's a mood, you know? What are they? If you do what you love, you don't have to work a day in your life, right? Brother Uriah.
Hello, I'm Mark Meir. I am playing Brother Uriah Macabre, Cleric of the Grave and Worshipper of Ezra, Lady of the Mists.
And Nahara.
Hello, I'm Nora Ibrahim. Tonight I play Nahara, a reborn fallen Azamar undead bardlock who could definitely put up a good fight.
Tatiana.
And both our pronouns are she, her.
Tatiana.
Hello, I am Tatiana, and I am people for that as well. I am Ergenazi barbarian, and I like to kill things. I am of bear totem, is very nice. And I am Becca Scott, playing Tatiana, and my pronouns are she, her. What up?
And last but certainly not least, the wonderful human that got you all into this mess, Finn.
But not human. Haha. Hi, I am Tanya DePass, Safra Tier, playing Fen, your draw dump, your blood hunter, who had a moment of weakness and said yes to help out a stranger. And now look where we are. Sorry, not sorry.
Excellent. As always, before I begin, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Die Hard Dice. Custom sets for each of our wonderful characters were available. I believe we are down to just one, and the show set, of course, which I think is super cool. You can visit the link that is being dropped in chat right now and use code BDS to get 10% off of all of our sets and any of the other dope things that you can get from Die Hard Dice. Our TeePublic store is live, let me not spill anything, where you can get shirts, bags, masks, pillows, anything else you could possibly want, you can get from our TeePublic store. Secret Lab chairs, you know I love mine. I spend more time in this chair than anywhere other than my bed. It's like rolling around on the couch. I love it, especially if you are a bigger person like I am. It is great, but they come in all shapes and sizes. Idle Champions, if you put !code in the chat right now, you can get your code for a free Electrum chest from Idle Champions there. And two other special shout outs to send this week, live and new. The first to our good friends over at Beetle and Grimm's for having blessed us with our Van Richten's Guide special editions. This is the silver edition. As you can see, it's a big old chunky thing and full of stuff and props that you will see all of us roll out over the course of the show. I keep mine in the box, but there you go. That is amazing. And something that we've been working on for a while now and are very, very proud to roll out. We have these gorgeous Black Dice Society prints. I have to look at my own frame and make sure you can see me. This is featuring our art from Adam Schumpert. It is 16 by 12. It is printed on canvas. It is like museum gallery quality. We are doing these for an extremely limited run that we are going to be making a donation to World Builders, which, if you follow me in my work, is a charity. They're a pass-through charity that I'm very passionate about, where they take the resources that they gather and distribute it to lots of valuable causes aimed at mostly ending poverty and hunger worldwide. So a link should be coming up in chat right now. If not, it is !BDS Art. You can order it in partnership with Monster Fight Club, and you can get free shipping for it also. We are printing a very, very limited run of these, so if you want one, grab it fast. And I believe, last but not least, our Patreon, especially because it is a new month, which means we have to record a new bonus episode soon, and we are very close to another whole bonus episode coming up. But you can find on there early access to our podcast, our exclusive weekly after show. We have done bonus adventures with Tatiana, with Nahara, and Desmond, and Brother Uriah had one just last week. I have an idea for what we want to do this month, but everybody's schedules are crazy, so I got to see if we can get it nailed down. But something dope's going to happen. DM tips from me and more. And the very last thing before we dive in to untangle this mess, if you enjoy this show, if you enjoy what we do, please do like, comment, share, Tell your friends. It really makes a difference. The algorithm really pays attention to that sort of thing. It really does help us. Thank you so very much. And with all of that firmly in mind, now on with our show. So as you stand on the stairs here, seeing these swords clang again and again, this woman jump back and pull out this odd device, and boom, fire erupts from it. Let's see how she succeeds at it, because in my haste, I don't have my dice out yet. Ooh, it flies wide as he ducks underneath, and the bullet shatters into the wall, and you see a large explosion from whatever projectile that is fired out of this thing. And you see Jolender looks up and, I don't care who you've brought with you. I will see you dead by the time the sun sets. What would you all like to do?
I say, isn't that the gentleman we arrived with?
Yes.
Something is strange. She also mentioned she's killed him before.
Before?
She said, I don't care how many times I have to do this.
Oh, great.
And now
Should I tackle her?
living after dying, coming back again. Not that weird.
Yeah. No.
2 in the same place, though. Oh, God, also not that weird. I guess we did also do that already.
We did.
He also was just with us just now, yeah?
Yeah, but we also did the double Nahara thing. I don't know.
Well, one is an imposter. And
Yes,
we will kill him.
Is the other an imposter?
See, I was just about to say, we did kind of experience something similar, but
Right?
not exactly the same recently, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Right?
different. Nahara is special. This one,
Oh, thank
one's
you.
an imposter. I'm sure of it.
I
Yeah,
would point
but-
out that this version of Mr. Sunstar seems to be rather aggressive and not at all friendly, perhaps even malevolent. Perhaps he's the one we have an issue with?
All of you give me perception checks.
Agreed.
Finn, you can give it to me with advantage.
Perception, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get advantage anyway.
Well, there you go. She doesn't miss much, although she
I have
finds a way to.
16.
She still finds a way to miss quite a bit. Honestly.
Why are you like this, Dave?
16,
Totally prepared.
Oh my
rolled
god,
an
that is
18.
a 12.
18, 12. Okay.
With my observant feat, 21.
Ooh.
15.
15. I would say Nahara and Brother Uriah. Well, 2 things. Nahara, you and Brother Uriah both notice this man is definitely dressed differently. The Jolender Sunstar you were with had a very large hat that was blocking all the sun from hitting him, that this man seems not to have. The other thing you, Brother Uriah, are aware of, especially because of your intrinsic understanding of the states of death and undeath, he is absolutely undead. She only resonates half, just like Finn does. She clearly has fangs out and is snarling, but she's like Finn.
Ah, yes, his daughter, I would surmise that she's another Dampier. I'll communicate that to the others, that I believe this young lady is much like Fen, and, unsurprisingly, this fellow is undead.
Very undead in a way that's not the same.
I believe
some of us are undead.
I would wager he is a vampire. There's several clues that lead me to believe that. I will not belabor them now, but yes, he's a vampire.
Oh, all right then. Anyone have holy water?
Yes, of course.
You would never leave home without holy water.
Look, we've been traveling. You don't know.
All I ask is that you keep your distance.
Oh, I'm going to go over there.
Just step
I'm with
aside
Fen.
a little bit.
Should I attempt to turn him? If I do, you'll need to scatter. But I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'm
Scattering.
I'm not sure I'm up to a foe of this caliber. But
I believe in you.
I have your back if he comes towards you.
All right.
So Nahara presumably heading, well, you sort of have a choice. Again, you could go back up the stairs in the way that you came, or again, this castle has very clearly been built over an old druid circle. So there is room to come further down the stairs and be on the ground and still away from them.
Before everyone scatters,
I will move further down.
Before anyone does anything, there is another option. I may channel divinity so as to repel him, or I may use the grace of Edstra to open a path to the grave. He will be vulnerable to whatever attack one of you might launch. Desmond, Tatiana, I'm looking in your direction.
Do you want me to do what?
What do you think is our best option?
Look, if you're asking me, I'm going to cut this guy in two.
I mean, if you're going to hit him, then I'm going to hit him with you. I
Say
can't let
go.
you hit a
Just
guy
say
alone.
go.
Very well.
No!
I will just let you all know, because this is the first time this ability has been used. The Path of the Grave will make him vulnerable to a single attack. So it's between all of you. Whoever can hit the hardest in one hit is the person that should take that opportunity.
Yes, it might just make him angry. Perhaps I should just try to turn him. What does everyone think?
Turn him, and then if it doesn't work, then we attack.
Very well.
Yes.
Just out of principle, I cast Protection of Good and Evil on Brother Uriah.
Thank you.
Everything burns. I'm going very far away.
So important
Sorry about
point of
that.
clarification, are you backing up the stairs, or are you kind of trying to come down into the druid circle?
Druid Circle is where they're currently fighting, isn't it?
Yes, but there's I mean, it's large. Like, you very much could get far enough away from Brother Uriah, because you're quite clear on what he's about to do.
Where did Fen go? Because Fen also said that she was backing up in a way. Are you
I'm
going
backing
upstairs?
up. I'll go upstairs, and that way, if need be, I can launch myself off the stairs.
I cannot do that. All right. Okay, I guess I'll take to the wall in the Druid Circle then, because there will be no launching in these shoes.
Excellent. Nahara?
I am going to take on Form of Dread, and I will go straight downward towards that circle.
That will put you between Brother Uriah and the turning attempt.
Oh, I thought that there was some distance. All right, I then will move back, but I'll still take a Form of Dread.
Well, let me clarify. You can get into the druid circle and be away from them, if that is your intent. Yes, you can do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent.
Yes, so down towards the circle, but towards the edge.
You all see, when you shift into your form of dread, Tristan turns and looks at you, and his eyes sort of widen, and he just goes, oh. And he reaches out like he's going to touch you, Nahara.
I'm sorry, who was reaching out to touch me?
The young man whose castle this
Mr.
is,
Artificer.
who built all the machinery, Tristan.
Oh, hello? Yes, can I help you?
Oh, I just never seen anything so formidable. Oh, you are a sight to behold.
You can look, but don't
Thank you.
touch.
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank you.
sorry. Yes, I didn't mean to be rude. This has turned into quite a day.
Yes, it has been a long day for all of us.
I'm just going to move back on the stairs myself to let whatever this is play out, but I can't wait to see what happens. And he does kind of like move up
Are
towards...
you all right?
This is all quite curious. Quite curious. And he sort of runs up towards the trapdoor that lets you all down into the stairs, but is like there watching. About 50 feet back, basically, from where Jolender and Safra are fighting.
All right, not the strangest thing that's happened thus far.
Brother Uriah, you're all clear.
Very well. I grasp my holy symbol. And utter a prayer. Ezra, I face a foe of great power. I ask that you watch over me from the mists. Give me your strength. Help me repel this evil. That'll be a DC 14 save for him.
Let me double check. Wisdom, correct?
Yes, DC 14 wisdom.
Brother Uriah, when you do this, you feel a breeze whip up around you, and all of you see ankle-deep mist comes up along the ground around Brother Uriah and swirls over towards him, and it's like it hits Jolender in the chest like a sledgehammer. And he... ah! And immediately turns and starts to run. And when
It worked! It worked!
Safra sees him and she looks back at you and she's like, who are you? Thank you, I suppose. And she goes and starts running after him.
Would it have affected Safra? She's a Dhampir.
She just so happened she made her save.
Ah.
You definitely see she like clutches like as this goes off, but she doesn't flinch.
Ooh.
Oh, it worked and on the right one as well. I should buy some manner of lottery ticket. I'm having a good day.
I knew you could do it!
Thank you.
However, he's running because he's turned and she's running after him. So what are the rest of you doing now?
I am going to run after her and do a flip through the air and land on his back.
To try and stop him from running?
Yes, I will tackle him, but it will be so graceful.
Yes,
Brother Uriah?
That's just what Brother Uriah is doing as he sees that she's charging forward. Like, no, wait, it will negate that.
Give me athletics, Tatiana.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You see, as Safra is running, she like pulls a bag out of her waist and like pulls it open with her teeth and is fumbling with that odd cylindrical device she's got, pouring some black dust into it as she's running along.
It was a slippery floor. I rolled 9.
As you go flipping through the air, she's looking down at her gun and boom, you just run into her. And knock her to the ground. And her device slides across the floor there. And she's just, get off of me!
Wait, everyone! Wait! Just let it run! We have a moment's respite. Let us not ruin it.
I'm going to stay lying on top of her if she's down. Oops.
What are the rest of you doing?
I want to pick up her device and run after Jolender.
You pick it up. Give me a... Ooh, Arcana check. Arcana or investigation?
I'm going to go with Arcana because I get advantage.
Okay.
Where's my advantage, though? Oh my god, I hate this. Well, 13 because it did not roll with advantage like I wanted.
Just roll again.
You sure?
Yeah, if it didn't do the advantage, just roll twice.
She did
That's
roll
20.
twice.
Natural
I did roll
30.
twice. Natural.
Finn, you are by a wide margin the furthest traveled of all of your compatriots. And now that you have this thing in your hand, you've seen this before. When you were a very young girl, there were drow pirates from an organization called Bregan de Arth that specialized in these odd sort of fire-based weaponry. That it's like basically it functions similarly to a crossbow, but it packs significantly more power at the cost of being able to fire far less slowly. Also, with that natural 20, you are aware that the ammunition inside of this is not like a crossbow bolt. It has been enchanted in a way that the bullets, as they would call them, are poisonous. So this weapon will inflict not just physical damage, but also poison damage.
Oh, nice. Is there any ammo left in it?
She was reloading it right as Tatiana fell on her.
Did she succeed?
It's with that natural 20, I will say it will fire one more time. Yes.
All right. Can I still see Jander?
You can. He is beating feet.
I am going to try to take my shot.
Go ahead and roll it, but you can add your dex to this, but only your dex. So I guess just roll it because you have no proficiency with this item.
I just found it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is only... Wait, am I just adding the plus on my dex?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just roll the 20 and add your dex modifier.
That is only an 11.
This thing thunders to life. Boom! And you see, again, the bolt flies past his head. And he stops and looks at you like he's going to say something. And then he looks at Brother Uriah, and you just see terror in his eyes. And he turns and runs again.
From
Safra on the ground goes, "You wasting my ammunition." Tatiana, give me an athletics check.
Tatiana would love to give you much better athletics check. Oh, 22.
She squirms ferociously, and she's not unskilled, Tatiana, but you've already got the leverage. Like, if she's fighting, you're, like, just able to hold her down.
Try it.
Yeah.
Just try it.
On the ground. Yep. What are the rest of you doing? As Safra is intercepted and Jander is running, Finn, presumably, after you shoot him, are you still in pursuit? Or shoot at him? Are you in pursuit, or are you stopping?
I don't want to leave them. I'm going to go back to the party and hand her back her weapon. Or actually, I'm going to hang on to that weapon, but I'm going to go back to the party.
What are the rest of you doing as you watch this scene play out?
As the bullet goes wide, can Brother Uriah shout something out?
Yes, of course.
Whatever you do, don't attack him. Don't. If you hit him, it will be. Well, he won't be repelled any longer.
Well, I missed.
Good. Let's think tactically and prepare for his eventual return.
Yeah, or the version we met.
He was nicer.
He was, and he owes me an explanation.
Down on the ground, Safra says, "What? One you met? You're in league with that beast?"
No, not that one. Not that one, no.
No. So, a version of that gentleman, I believe it was also Jander Sunstar, asked me for help in getting his daughter. Don't hiss at me. I have fangs too.
And when you say that, she actually stops and looks at you, and her eyes kind of narrow. And now that you see her up close, Finn, not only is she a Dhampir like you, she's a drow like you as well.
I'm gonna let her up slightly so she can sit, but I'll hold her arms behind her back so Finn can be face to face with her.
She immediately lunges for the scimitar, and you're able to put your knee on it, Tatiana, and just sort of like hold her there. And she does just look kind of slightly like a cornered animal, but doesn't immediately start like clawing and biting. And she very much like stares at you, Finn, like, are you one of his children too?
No, my family's way back in Darkon. I never met him prior to this request. I'm guessing you're the daughter.
I am Safra Sunstar, yes. Who are you all?
Well, if you will just talk to us instead of baring your fangs, we can explain.
You can call me Queen.
I
Tatiana.
almost had him, and now he's escaping.
Well,
Can
if
I
you
cast Charm
explain-
Person on him?
On him or on her?
On him if he's escaping.
He's gotten too far away by now, because he's beating feet as fast as he can possibly go.
Okay.
Why are you trying to murder your father?
Because he is a monster, and he should be destroyed. All of them should be destroyed.
What's he done? Or what have they done?
He's a vampire. They live to exploit and drain people of their lives and their will.
I feel like you're making big assumptions about the whole group of people when you just know one of them.
You clearly don't know any of them.
Madam,
And I just kind of look like, I guess I'm just here.
if I may, the version of him that we met earlier seemed to be in earnest that he was concerned for your safety, and what is more, he expressed an interest in protecting the innocent, etc. Perhaps we were duped, but I do not believe so. If there are different versions of him, perhaps this one is more different than the rest?
Could you perhaps grant me an audience with the one that was so concerned with my well-being?
He was just here. He was just he was a dog for a while, and then he was gone entirely.
Oh, very cute dog.
He was quite a
pay
handsome
some.
boy. Very handsome
Yes, he did seem earnestly concerned, but his exit did make me question that. On the way out, as soon as he saw you two fighting, he said something to the effect of, he'll have to explain that another time, and left. So I guess he wasn't that concerned about her.
Yeah, it's a weird choice if he's innocent.
Well, if you walked into a room and saw another one of yourself and she just looks at Nahara like, I get it, like, not the same thing, and saw yourself fighting with someone, what would you do?
Hope she wins.
I would probably help me fight. I probably have a great reason.
Yeah, I can't. It's very hard for me to say that I wouldn't help myself fight.
All right. Well, I just kind of keep staring at her as one drow to another. Why don't you just explain what's happening? Why is there another Jander Sunstar?
I don't know why there are so many of him. I've been looking for him for years, really. He had a certain presence in my life when I was younger, and when I came of age and realized what he had done to me, what those like him have presumably done to us, I wanted revenge. And I found him, and I got it. He was sleeping in his sanctum, and I drove a stake through his heart, and I waited while his eyes were trapped open so that he could see that it was me that very slowly dragged him out to meet the dawn. And I thought I had achieved some manner of peace and could move on with my life. And not a fortnight hence, he came and knocked on my door again, looking to reconnect with his daughter as if nothing had happened. And so, again, locked in combat, I slew that one as well. And it was much more difficult because it was at the stroke of midnight, but I was victorious. And then, after reaching out to some friends of mine, Professor Van Richten helped me come to realize that there were many of him, perhaps an incalculable number of him, and all of them think they're the true one, except there is one first one. There is one of them that actually raised me, and I deeply suspect you may have met him, and I would love to, but for now, I have my sights set on that one, who will be coming back any moment now. So as you, holy man, unless you have the ability to do that a second time, I believe you should probably let me up before you are confronted with a foe that may be beyond your strength to contain.
Well, at the current state of my training, I can do that once. I need a bit of a lie down after. But did you say you know Dr. Van Richten? What's he like? What's he like?
Wait a minute. If he's just going to come back, I feel like I should let her go and go kill him.
We should all prepare. We can help you. This one does seem quite malign. So, yes, I think we can all fight together, yes?
Yeah, I feel bad that we let him get away.
Yes, Valentine?
Well,
Yeah, I have a few questions before agreeing to help. One, why is it an issue that you're a Dampier? I don't understand.
and I just
Why is
tilt
that a
my head and
problem?
look at Valentine.
I don't understand. We keep running into these places that people that have the exact same afflictions as us treat us like we are. They're regretful of it.
I'm not an elf. I'm not a vampire. I'm not alive. I'm not dead.
Welcome to the club, darling.
I don't want to be in that club. And if you knew who presumably trapped you in your state, you don't look like a Dampier. But if you had the ability to get revenge on whoever did this to you, would you not want it?
She just pulls up her pearls and shows the just scar across her throat.
When you
No, I wouldn't.
You see that? Her face softens for the first time here. I mean, she's been fangs bared since you guys got close to her. And when she sees that, Valentine, she does stop for a moment. It's like,
Or are we talking about finding people that have done things to us? Because I don't want to find the people who did this.
Yes.
To me. And Desmond just was like, I'm a fan of it. So I don't know. Like, why are you mad?
We're a quirky bunch, you see. So it does not seem enough to track down a homicidal maniac that presumably is just taking revenge for the times you tried to kill him in the past. So I don't understand what our place in this is.
Also, I might have actually done that. Yes, I might have taken revenge. Maybe not now, but maybe in the forthcoming days. I don't know, but yes, I'm in that situation as well.
Nahara, whatever
Revenge
do you
is
mean?
fine.
What are you talking about?
It was Vareska Drakov that you sought revenge against, and we left her in peace.
Yes, remember when we buried my former self?
Oh, yes, it was a very touching ceremony, yes.
It was very touching, and I thank you all for being there for me at such a troubling time, but I might have placed a gem over myself.
A gem? Like
A
something.
seed that
Seed?
grows into a
You don't mean...
monster.
No. Well,
Wait. You mean the plant thing?
well
Yes.
we are certainly
You put
not
the-
letting Hildy go back to Falcovnia now.
Never
We can't-
going
Hildy is
back
not going back.
there.
No, do not send Hildy back. It will be bad.
Okay, we're dealing with past business here. There's a more immediate threat.
Yes, of course. I just meant to say that I understand the vengeance aspect. I will not judge because I have done some things.
Can't believe you did not tell us till now. That's a big deal.
I was going to.
I don't know what's worse, the giant zombie-eating plant eater that also eats all of the
Hold
other
on. time out. We have an immediate issue.
Yes. Let's address
So
that.
you can get all of the revenge you want. The question is why we would have anything to do with it when we have accomplished what we came here for, finding you, and it looks like you're fine. And the other question is, how many of them do you know there to be? Are we going to go kill one and then be surrounded by him?
I have just met all of you. I didn't ask for your assistance. If you wish to help me, you can, but otherwise just stay out of my way. I myself have been party to the slaying of 4. There is at least one other, the one that I assume you met. 5. There's this one, at least 6. I don't know.
If one was good to you, one raised you, why would you kill him?
Because this is his fault. I did not ask for this.
I have an idea.
Hold on.
Pull out the brain. What do
No,
you think,
not
brain?
the brain.
You pulled
No,
out
brain
Stuart?
has.
No, I wanted to speak to her.
I had to let go in order to do it. I grabbed
One dump
one
here.
arm around the neck as I pulled a jar out from behind my back. Brain, what do you think of this one?
You asked,
and there's
you
two
asked
muddy.
Stuart, what do you think?
Yeah, 2 muddy eye prints smeared. So I point the eye prints at Safra.
Stuart says, in your mind, Tatiana, this one is no concern to me. Do you wish her eradicated?
I don't think so, but thank you for offering. Never mind. This brain in the jar. He's so fickle.
Finn?
I was going to kneel down and keep eye contact with her and ask her, I get that you don't like being dumped here, but we're not afflicted. I was born like this. Are you saying that I should be eradicated as well? We offer help even though we don't know who you are and we see that you're in distress. We're trying to fix our error, but just because you're unhappy being a dump here doesn't mean everyone else.
Do you feed on the innocent?
No.
Finn, give me a deception check.
Oh dear. Oh, at least I've got a +4 on it. All these dice. 6. I'm not trying to deceive her.
You did say one thing that is technically not true based on what we know of Finn. She leans towards you very close. Like, I mean, she's almost nose to nose with you. And she says, "You can't lie to me, sister. We are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold. And I can see in your eyes that you wish to be one or the other just as much as I do."
Perhaps, but that's neither here nor there.
I must tell you, in all of my travels, I have never come across one that was so similar to myself. Should we escape this place, I would love to raise a cup and compare notes on just how our lives have been. But at this exact moment, at any moment now, a simulacrum of my father is going to return, and we will either destroy him or he will destroy us.
Tatiana, let her up.
She's free.
When you let her up from the direction of this cavern, which now that you all have been down here, actually, Desmond, you give me nature with advantage. And Tatiana, I will let you give me nature as well, but not with advantage.
8.
This all seems legit, Desmond.
1.
This seems awesome, Tatiana. It's like he's got a private druid circle down here. Like it's all nice upstairs. There's like extra custom nature downstairs. This is a fantastic setup.
We should take Tristan up on his offer, or maybe stay here forever.
No.
Just an idea.
No.
I think it was a good one, Tatiana.
I didn't say it was a bad idea. We just can't stay forever.
My friends, she is right. He will be back, and before too long. So if we have some manner of tactics or battle plan, we should go over them. Madam, if, as you say, you seek to protect the innocent, then I shall fight by your side and offer what help I can.
She looks at you for a moment and she says, "Are you Uriah Macabre?"
Yes?
I've heard tell of you. Professor Van Richten spoke very highly of you, that you were the healer of Ilaluk.
Well, of me, the doctor, Dr. Van Richten, he knows my name.
Yes, there is a small fraternity of us. There's the Foxgrove Sisters, Esmeralda. Yes. We all work together to resolve all manner of monstrosities that plague the people of the Mists. Of course, the professor himself lives in Borca, but we range far and wide. Perhaps you would be interested in someday joining our group.
I would be so honored. I don't know what to say. Oh, this is all so much. Yes, thank you.
I would like to
Uriah,
insight check that.
Their whole
Yes,
group
insight.
is about eradicating people like our friends.
No, the Van Richten Society, they protect the innocent, and they not indiscriminately. I know it from some other people's perspective, but I assure you they've eliminated great evils.
That's a nat 20 for insight.
She's not lying. A couple of things. With a nat 20, I'll give you a few things. Professor Van Richten really has mentioned Brother Uriah.
Okay.
She really does mean maybe you could help us, because word is you're solid. And everything that she has said is 100% true. She may be wrong, but she has not been lying to you. She does hate her father for making her a Dhampir. She hates being a Dhampir. She has helped kill a number of versions of him, and she doesn't know how many there are, and she doesn't know how this happened to him. With a natural 20, I will see, is there anything else specifically that you're trying to figure out about her?
No, that's okay. I was really just trying to make sure that she wasn't manipulating Brother Uriah through his deep fandom of Van Richten.
She's dead serious. I will say, with a natural 22.
God, it would be easy.
You sense no hostility towards any of you. She does truly feel bad for you because she doesn't completely understand what it means to be rewarned, but she's aware that this is a thing that happens. She is worried that you guys are a monster squad that are going to be a problem, though. Like, she's not about to like jump up and start attacking you, but she is just like, this is a lot. This is a lot.
Fair, and we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially once Desmond growled at her. But she so far has been 100% forthcoming, up to and including the fact that she's like, he's going to be back and we gotta take him out or he's going to take us out. She believes that to be true.
Well, you're free, so we'll go with you if you have to kill your father again. It seems harsh. Maybe you just talk to someone.
Well, wait just a moment. You all hear a voice from the darkness there. I believe perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here, as I have with my dear daughter. I'm Jolender Sunstar. Surely you've heard of me, and there's no reason that anyone needs to be harmed here today.
What does Safra do?
Well, I didn't give her her
Finn
gun
has
back.
the gun.
Oh, if you haven't given her, she just very much holds her hand out to you and doesn't say anything.
I want to know where to get one of these.
They are some distance from here, but perhaps I can arrange an introduction. And Tristan from the stairs says, I believe I could fashion such a thing. I would just need to inspect it, of course, but the individual components should be no trouble to fashion. Good luck, this is all quite mysterious. Brother Uriah.
Yes?
Give me a religion check.
Religion? That's a 13 total.
You hear this voice talking to you off in the distance. It's Jolender. I mean, it's from the direction he ran, and now you hear him. You know that. Something about this druid circle is unsettling. It's similarly blank. It resonates with neither life nor death. It is almost like it is a illusory. You can rub your boot in the grass, like it's here. You've touched Tristan. He was here, but there's something about this place that is strange. Not up to and including the fact who builds a castle over a druid circle, but it is playing with your senses.
Yes, and keeping in mind that very odd reading I received from our host, yes, I'll whisper to the others that there's something about this circle. It's very odd. I don't have time to explain, but be on your guard.
Should I?
Let me just paint a little more of the scene of what the druid circle is like here. So it's probably 300 feet across, maybe more than, underneath this castle. And in the middle, there are a ring of standing stones. They are of differing heights in jagged that have just been made into the circle. And around this mound, there is just a small stream that sort of flows in, circles around it, and then flows off. And there is grass, but there's no other trees down here. Again, the wilderness up above is very dense. And like Desmond realized last time, very pleasant. It is a very nice forest. This down here is much more calm and quiet. Like you can tell that probably there was a time that deep in the midst of this dense forest, there was just this place that opened up. That was sort of the sacred spot in the middle. Yes, Nahara.
Well, I could try to find out what this all means. It won't take a lot of time. And I will, you see Nahara take a pearl earring from her ear and scramble around through her belongings for a little tiny feather. And she will sit and cast Identify to try to see what this druid circle all means.
Let me read.
It'll take a minute.
I'm gonna read Identify real quick, see exactly what you can get. So here's how that would work. I will let you do it, but you will need to go over to the circle and touch one of the stones, because Identify you like an object. So you're gonna do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
All right. So you all see Nahara sort of heads over towards this circle. You see, yes.
Is Nahara getting closer to Jolender Sunstar?
No, the circle is sort of like immediately off to your left. He very much fled that way as fast as he could. So she is not going closer to him to get closer to the circle.
Okay. I think Uriah, still holding his holy symbol, sort of instinctively though, still sort of keeps himself in between Nahara and Jolender Sunstar. Mm-hmm. Sir, I shall ask you to come no closer, sir.
You caught me unawares before. Might I know your name? You are a cleric of Ezra, it seems?
Ah, I see you know the lady's symbol. It is, of course, very rude to ask for someone's name. Rather, you should ask how one prefers to be called. Names have power, after all.
How shall I refer to you, O mighty servant of Ezra?
you may call me brother, for I seek brotherhood between all sentients.
As do I. Never let it be said otherwise that Janda Sunstar is anything other than a friend of all sentients everywhere. I apologize for my daughter's unruly behavior. We both lost our tempers upon your arrival, but presumably cooler heads can prevail now.
Perhaps, though, that is not how she sees it, sir. And if you are a foe of her and her learned companions, then perhaps you count us among that number as well.
I assure you, and he does step slightly out of the darkness. He's still holding the sword, but it's down by his hands. My insights in pain carry more weight than those of younger, more naive beings. She simply doesn't have the life experience to understand things as I do.
I think perhaps what you have is unlife experience, sir.
I hate that you saw me in a moment of weakness when I let my monstrous nature take over. This vampirism is a curse that must be eradicated from myself most of all. I do not wish to suffer so. And now, as you all see him, he does look like the other gender. He's still wearing the different clothes, but he's a beautiful elven man. There is no sign of the monster that you saw mere moments ago fighting with Safra. She, on the other hand, very much, her fangs are back out, and she's kind of like holding the gun, just basically waiting for a clear shot at him, but has not moved away from you all yet.
Well, your words are honeyed, but honeyed words are often used to entrap.
How shall we proceed here? Excuse me, you there, my fellow cousin.
Is he talking to Fen?
Yes.
Cousin. Interesting.
I don't believe you're a child of mine.
No.
I think I would know.
Yeah, and I know where my father is.
What is his name? Perhaps I've made his acquaintance somewhere along the way.
You'll never get that from me.
Ah.
As the dear brother said, names have power.
Might I ask you, and he switches into Undercommon, Finn.
Okay.
By what mechanism have you all been led here tonight? It seems non-coincidental that you all arrived at a moment of disagreement between my daughter and I.
And I just lean in and smile a bit. It was you that brought us here. Attired differently, but it was you.
Again, I believe I would remember such a formidable group.
And I would remember you in these raiments. I know what I saw and I know who I spoke with.
My child said something similar. And when he says child, you see she goes, and says back to him in Undercommon, do not refer to me as your child. He goes,
Peace.
Apologies for my rudeness. I shall shift back to the common tongue for the sake of not alienating your companions here. And that part you all hear. And he does take a cautious step forward.
No.
Look, you all have clearly been deceived, which I can understand, as has Safra. If you all were to simply depart, then our business can be concluded. I wish no quarrel with any of you.
Try an insight check.
Sure.
Yeah. With observant, it's an 18.
He got a natural 20. He's a blank slate, Brother Uriah. Again, honeyed words and a smile on his face. But you cannot get the measure of this man. What are the rest of you doing during this?
Look, your options are we all fight you and we are formidable, or you explain to us everything you know about why you have multiple selves.
Make a persuasion check, Tatiana. And yes, Valentine, you were going to say something?
I'll wait until Tatiana does her piece.
20.
Dirty or natural?
Dirty.
He looks at you for a moment, and you see he starts to smile like he's going to say something snarky, and then his eyes fall on Brother Uriah, and the smile kind of fades for a moment. And he says, You all are formidable, yes, and I have no desire to harm any of you. My crusade is solely against vampires. I have endured so greatly. I will suffer nobly, enduring my curse so that I can bring about the end of history's greatest scourge. And were I to meet my end in this place, or, gods forbid, visit the end upon any of you, I feel like it would be a loss for these lands, don't you?
You are a vampire, correct?
Unfortunately, yes.
So you want to eradicate everyone like you?
Yes. From Von Zarovich on down. I wish to be free from this burden. Yes. Either by finding a cure or by my own death when I am the last.
Then why don't you put this energy into research? And as my compatriot said, just why?
Why don't you team up with your daughter? You have the same end goal.
You know, it is so very necessary to have friends that we can rely on. Tatiana, give me a wisdom save.
Nat 20.
Dope. Mm-hmm. You.
Wait, but that Nat 20.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why'd I waste my Nat 20 on a save?
You didn't waste it on a save, trust me.
I think that was a good thing. That was a very good thing.
Yeah. He just says, I am a warrior, not a scientist. I have made the acquaintance of many thinkers and tinkerers and contraption makers across the years and across the plains. And ultimately, they have all been a disappointment. Victra Mordenheim swore she could solve my dilemma. She delivered no results. Both Finn, Uriah, and Nahara can all give me history checks.
Am I done casting this? Has it been a minute?
Not quite yet. Although you can hear this, which is why you
I
can still. Yeah.
I can still? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I get an advantage on this. I'm using my real dice because the digital dice keep betraying me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so much better. 15.
Not me. I rolled a 14.
Finn, you've heard that name, but you can't put your finger on it. Again, you've been a lot of places. It's like, And what was that for Brother Uriah?
Dirty 20.
You know that Victra Mordenheim is a renowned scientist in a place called Lamortia.
Yes, Lamortia, very good strudel from there.
But you also know that her experiments go beyond what you yourself would consider reasonable or moral.
Yes. There have been some terrible reports. Mordenheim, you associate with someone of that repute, do you, sir?
I have pursued any and all solutions to my current predicament.
Well, forgive me if I am unsure of whether we can trust you. This lady is known to associates of ours, the Weathermay Foxgrove sisters, and I think that speaks highly of her character. If she opposes you, well, then perhaps we should as well.
You see, he just sort of smiles for a moment, and he looks at you, Desmond, and he says, "Might I inquire as to your name, sir?"
My name is Desmond.
I get the distinct sense that you know what it is like to be misunderstood and hunted as well.
Yeah, which makes it all that much more interesting that you're hunting down what you are, in addition to having made your daughter what you are. So I'm trying to understand everything that you're doing right now.
An accident of birth made my beloved daughter what she is right now. I have no control over what my seed passes on. I was quite unaware of what I'd done for some time. And I would cure her as readily as I would cure myself were such a thing possible, but every means I have availed myself of have failed. Tell me, sir, if our roles were reversed, if you were simply trying to find a place where that you could be at peace before finishing your work that must be done, and you were confronted by this colorful band of strangers, how would you react? I shudder to think what would happen were you to make the acquaintance of the Van Richtens of the world or the Weathermay Foxgroves.
We know of them.
And
we've met them. And I'm still here. So, again.
Did you by chance destroy them? Because that would be delightful. I have no quarrel with them, of course.
No.
But I told my dear daughter that this life of monster hunting only ends one way.
While this conversation is going on, I'd like to return the favor and surreptitiously, if I may, cast protection from evil on Desmond.
Hold on. Do me just a quick favor. Give me initiative, Brother Uriah. Just a straight initiative.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Uriah.
That's a 7.
Oh boy.
Hold on a second here. Let's see. Desmond, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yay!
Oh no.
Not quite fast enough, unfortunately.
11.
Desmond, as he's talking. Yeah, no, he's making sense. You know what I mean? He can't help that if he's, you know, if people think he's a monster, you don't feel like you're overly burdened by your condition, but you could see how someone could, you know, like this guy is just trying to do his thing. Who are you guys to interfere with that?
I was like, I don't know, man. It makes sense. I personally, I'm a fan of me, but yeah, maybe you're onto something for you. Like maybe you're on something for you, but for me, I'm not gonna hunt down all the lycanthropes and kill them all. But you know, makes sense, man.
When you say that, Safra turns and looks at you, And her eyes narrow for a second, and she just sort of like stares at you for a moment, and Finn, in Undercommon, she says to you, "We may have a problem with your friend.
How so?
Gender may have penetrated his mind, bewitched him."
I don't want to fight Desmond.
Neither do I, but I could perhaps take his head cleanly before he knew we were away.
No killing.
Nahara, at that exact second, identify resolves. Give me a wisdom check, not a save, a check.
Okay. $17.
You get a wave of sensations. You don't really see it so much as feel it. You feel sacred, beautiful, solemn. You feel compassion and love and understanding. And then fear, anger, betrayal, death. And you feel blood seeping into the ground in overwhelming, soul-crushing despair. And you feel the sun taken away from you.
I will message Uriah and tell him everything that I felt from this.
See, do you know its source?
Do I?
You touch this standing stone, and that is what your identify gave you, as you just touched this rock.
I see.
That's all I could feel.
I feel we may have a more immediate problem. I'm going to attempt to ward Desmond, but I fear it may be too late. It may enable him to break free as it did Tatiana, but I'm unsure. Prepare yourself. We may need to restrain him.
All right.
All right, hold on one second here. Let me just check something.
Quick out of character question while you're doing that. In my dread form, am I stronger than Desmond?
You suspect in his human form, maybe. In his lycanthrope form, unlikely. Desmond.
Oh no!
You can't give me another wisdom save.
Oh yay! I don't feel like I trust the digital dice. So let's roll the d20. 12.
No, this.
Oh wait, 13 because it's +1.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, like this. Like what's? You kind of feel bad for this guy, honestly. I mean, his daughter's here, looking to take his head. You guys just like roll down the stairs. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like if a whole squad of people squared up against you, you don't know how you'd react. You know, maybe you guys are the jerks here, Desmond. Maybe you guys are the jerks here.
Question, B-Day. Was that
Yes.
supplemental save as a result of Brother Uriah casting protection from evil?
Theoretically, you would not know this, Brother Uriah.
If it is, he gets to do it with advantage, I believe.
You know, hold on. I just read protection from good and evil. Let me see here. Wait, hang on.
Oh, actually, is it a charm effect?
I've accounted for that.
Okay.
Yep. I've accounted for that. Okay. Yeah, Desmond. Maybe it's you guys.
Say again.
Maybe it's you guys, Desmond.
Oh, okay. I mean, I kind of understand it, man. Like you're just trying to You got convictions. You just are chasing your convictions. That kind of makes sense to me.
Yes.
I would like to just kind of fall back into my head a little bit and seek out Tregram.
Isn't this a fascinating state of affairs?
I don't like anything that's happening. Do you know anything about vampires? Not like Fen.
I've had experiences, yes. They can be useful, as can all things.
Is this one useful?
This one does seem rather willful. I am not completely sure on what is taking place here, but I can tell you I have gleaned a couple of insights here. This does not seem to be any sort of illusion or thing of that nature. I do believe these two vampires are whole and complete and believe they are who they say they are. But if I had to wager a guess, the one whose acquaintance you met earlier is the real one, if there was such a thing.
Okay. And should we kill an alternate version of him? Do you think that the real one would be upset?
Well, I'm just a humble servant, Valentine. Of course, I live here to cater to your will and whim. But if I had to offer merely my opinion, I think it is always better to twist as many sentients to our side in debt as possible. I do, however, have a concern about our host, Lord Tristan.
Go on.
I can't really gain any insight into him, and I can gain some insight into everyone. It is a gift, of course. It comes with not having my own arms and legs. I simply have all this time to process what you're seeing and hearing, and I glean certain insights, and I can't read him at all.
I look around to see if he's still on the stairs.
Yeah, he's very much like watching all of this playing out.
You can't gain anything as in he's possibly not really there, or he's keeping us out like whatever's in Tatiana's head.
It's just like a blank canvas. No, I believe he exists, he lives and breathes, but I can glean no insight into him or his state of being.
Is it possible he's just a boring nerd?
I should hope that is why I cannot detect anything, that there's just simply nothing to the man. I'm sure it's nothing for us to be concerned about.
I'd like to kill something and get out of here. All right.
Tatiana caught you looking over at where he was, and I want to give you eyes should I go get him?
I'll message over to Tatiana and say, as perceptive as I am, I know nothing about him.
Tregram does pop up in your brain again, Valentine. Would you like me to command Stuart into action?
Against?
Well, that would be your choice, my lady. Either this gender, this strange woman, our host, any of your companions. I assume, presumably, you don't mean them, but it is, of course, on the table.
Has he learned precision to not hit other people when doing so?
He has said, and I quote, "I will endeavor to be more precise." I don't know how he has a voice when he doesn't have vocal cords. That means when he's projecting into your mind, he chooses to sound all scritchy like that. What manner of creature would choose to exist solely in someone's mind with a terrible and annoying voice?
Tregram. We're going to stay on task here. If we were to hit the vampire,
yeah,
it wouldn't have come from me.
No.
It wouldn't have come from even Tatiana, who's holding it. She doesn't have abilities like that.
Theoretically not.
Hit him.
Ah, delightful. Hold on a second here. As you all are standing there talking, you do hear what you all have encountered more than once from Stewart, where you hear the shockwave goes out in all directions, and you all think it's going to get you, but you feel fine. And it radiates outwards, and it hits Jolender. Like, oh, well, that was quite uncalled for, I feel. This, unfortunately, will require restitution. And pulls his sword out, and swings it upwards, and says, I have no quarrel with you, friends. Although, you there, sir, if you would, shatter that glass for me, please. Desmond, you absolutely want to shatter Stewart. And that's a good place for us to take a little break. So, we're going to do our quick 10 here, and we will be back. But this time, I have remembered to pull up my list of patrons and thank everyone if I can get it quickly. I remembered to do it. I did not remember to have the list up at hand. So, thank you all again so very much, especially here at the top of the month. For supporting us and making it literally possible to do what we do. We could not do it without you. And I'm trying to sort my list. So, to thank our Dread Lords, our Dark Lords of the Dread Domain, Aaron Duran, Alan Zozo, Aurelia Roth, Brian Dwyer, a.k.a. Nightsfall, Brian Kepi, Chris Smoot, Christopher Zednick, Craig Savage, David Bonney, D. Nicole, Ducati, Philippe C., Forrest S. Moore, Graffumbly, Grizzled Viking, Hell Knight Games, Just Link, Justin Chestnut, Kira Snow, Michael Skidmore, Mr. Albert, Nathan Crowder, Nick Bernard, Project Wolf Bear, Reese, Rob, Bacon Golem, Tremarco, Ronan Monkey, Rum Soaked Chicken, that's a cool name, Sin 7, to Queen Bee, Thomas, Tracer Vision, and Zort 1. Again, thank you all so very much. It makes us feel wonderful to get to hear not only some of the same names week after week, thank you for your support, but all the new friends that have joined us. So, thank you again. You literally make it possible to do what we do. And with that being said, we will take our quick break and be back in 10 minutes. Don't go nowheres. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, dang, nabbit.
Hey.
You know what? I don't trust the digital dice.
As I roll them, which I shouldn't have trusted them either. I rolled a 13.
All right.
21.
Give it to me in chat. Actually, you can say it, but give it to
I'm
me
gonna
in
roll
chat.
Valentine's die to see what we got.
Mm-hmm. She'll never let you down. She'll occasionally let you down.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I mean, to be fair, that means I'm okay with it, so that I don't have to try to attack Stuart immediately. So she's supporting me even there. Oh, and speaking of such things, I looked up the Die Hard Dice page for Black Dice Society, and there are still 3 sets remaining that were previously out of stock.
3 sets came back, really?
Yeah, the Desmond set. I want to say the Fen set. Let me double check.
That's interesting because I was told that once they were done forever. So that's actually good.
Weird.
But,
It doesn't. It shows that they must have just sold, or they just the page didn't work in my other browser because they're sold out here, but in the other browser was just like, no, we got these left. So I suspect people watching were just like, no.
It's true.
Let's get these dice.
Went and got them. Yep, there it is.
Because it was Desmond, Tatiana, and Valentine still had sets when I looked earlier, and they are gone.
Excellent. Desmond, what was your initiative?
6.
All right.
Oh, no.
Valentine looking out for me.
I'm missing Valentine, 21. No, I got Valentine, 21.
Tatiana is 11.
I missed Finn. I believe Finn has the higher dexterity here, so we're going to do that.
Yes, Valentine and I are both 21.
All right, let me just put these in here. Finn, you are going to be first. Technically, Valentine and Finn are acting simultaneously, but Finn, you're up.
And you said he pulled his sword, correct?
He pulled his sword and is charging in you all's direction.
Then I am going to... Now, can I switch to second form and still take an action?
Is it a bonus action or an action?
It is other. It actually counts as an attack.
Then I guess it is your action.
Well, crap. In that case, I'm going to actually try to barrel into him and stop him from charging.
Jolender or Desmond?
Is Desmond the one barreling at us?
Both of them are. He's like shatter that jar. Well, I'll take it. It's actually gonna be up to you, but he's like shatter that jar. And Desmond, you're super like okay, yeah. So you tell me.
Yeah.
What does Desmond look like when he's like destroy that thing? Does Desmond look like he's going to charge or what?
Desmond turns at Stuart and just, I mean, it is a brain in the jar. I should probably destroy that thing. That seems like a good idea. And just like angrily stalks toward it. Just like very much of just like an angry walk of just like.
It's on my back, right?
Yeah, it still is on your back. Oh no, you pulled him forward because you asked, what does he want to do?
Safra, yeah.
Oh no, I stepped him
put him
back
back?
at
Well,
the end
then,
of that
yeah,
exchange.
Then he's on Tatiana's back. However, Jolender is like full sprint, sword in hand, towards you all.
Oh, I don't want to fight Desmond, so I'm going to try to block Jolender, hoping that will block whatever concentration he has or control he has on Desmond.
Okay, so you're kind of hip checking him essentially is what you're after here? Or you...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I get unarmed strikes.
Perfect. Give me your attack roll or athletics, really. Unless there's some other thing specifically you're doing, it's athletics.
No, and I get a bonus on athletics, so I'm going to do that. Or not a bonus, advantage.
Perfect.
Ooh, somebody likes me. 16.
It is your intent to hold him in place, basically?
Yeah, so if I can stop his forward movement, and basically, if I can bowl him over and kind of wind up sitting on him, that would be ideal. But if not, I do want to stop his forward movement and kind of keep him there.
As you go and you lunge to kind of hit him in the legs to flip him, he literally just posts off your back and flies over you and continues traveling right past you, Finn. on towards the group.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
Anything else from Finn?
Since I can't since it does look like changing into second form is an action, I'm going to be ready to lunge on my next turn.
Excellent.
Or actually, hold on. Can him lunging over me count for an attack of opportunity?
No, he just beat you in the athletics roll.
Dagnabbit. I tried.
All right, Valentine, you have observed all of this taking place. What's Valentine?
Sure have. I'm going to twin spell firebolt.
Perfect. Who are you firebolting?
Jander.
Jander? All right.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a save for him, correct?
No, that's a roll to hit for me.
Okay.
So that is a dirty 20 and a 23 to hit.
Those are 2 hits on him.
Excellent. All right. For a total of 12 points of damage.
You see as this like collides with him, and they sort of ignite for a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
And he just turns and looks at you and just goes as his fangs extend and his eyes look red and bloodshot as you now have his full attention, Valentine.
No.
That was 12 points total?
Yes, it is 12 points total. But it does seem like the fire was particularly effective on our sunless boy.
He seems greatly displeased with the sun.
Excellent.
As just before my turn is over, I know that we are underground. On the staircase or anything of the sort, are there any kind of windows into this facility, even ones that are covered, ones that have like a stained glass situation?
It's like you're in a cave.
Bummer, all right.
No insight to the sky whatsoever. However, Valentine, right after you hit him with these fire bolts, it's like he shimmers for a second and vanishes and is right next to you. Right next to you.
So you're the sparkly kind.
How dare you? Rock fall, everybody dies. Excellent. Anything else from Valentine? Perfect. All right. Tatiana. No, not Tatiana. Actually, it's his turn. So he blinks, vanishes, and is right
I'm about
next
to die.
you. Give me an athletics check, Valentine.
Not great at athletics, but I rolled decently. That is a 17.
Valentine, he reaches out and grabs you by the throat and pulls you in to bite you. Although we did not say it outright, I will give you the benefit of your mage armor because you knew what this was.
Thank you.
So what is your AC?
Let me double check what my mage armor gave me. 13 plus your dexterity, which is low. 15.
Valentine, he grabs you and you feel his fangs sink into your neck. And you all see blood come out from Valentine. He bites you for 7 points of damage and begins draining the life out of you for 10 points of damage, and your hit point max is reduced by 10. And you see the wounds on him begin to close up. He's and that is it for Jander's turn. As you see that he has, all of you see that he has Valentine. Uriah, it is your turn.
Very well. I shall unleash a guiding bolt. Yes, I was going to cast a whole person on Desmond, but Valentine's need seems much more imminent. Stuart will be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I will cast guiding bolt. Very well. This will be an attack from me.
Go ahead and roll it.
That is a total of 19.
19 is enough to hit him.
Very well, and it's upcast, so this will be radiant damage.
Perfect.
Which I don't think he'd like.
Mm-hmm.
17 points of radiant damage, and next attack is at advantage.
Perfect. Hold on, let me see here so I can keep track of all of this. And that was how many points of damage, sorry?
17 points of radiant.
Okay.
For my bonus action, Ezra's sword shimmers into existence directly beside he and Valentine and attempts to plunge itself into Jolender Sunstar.
Perfect.
And this will be at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing, too. Well, I think good thing anyway. The first one is a 15.
That is not enough.
Second is also a 15.
That is also not enough. The sword swings, and you see he moves to the side, and he pulls his fangs out of Valentine and vanishes again and reappears next to you, Uriah, still holding on to her. And just like looking at you with those like bloodshot eyes. And you see Valentine's blood running down his mouth. You are, of course, still conscious, Valentine, but he has you in his hand. You just feel yourself right there.
You let her go! Let her go right now!
Soon, when she's drained dry, and then on to you, cleric. I don't think Ezra's going to protect you, and she definitely won't protect her. When he says that, Safra lunges forward and just yells out, "No, not again, not again!" and pulls out her pistol and shoots him, point blank. Where?
Her what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This, again, this...
I've never heard of such a contraption.
You've never heard of such a contraption. It is a highly advanced crossbow, as far as you can tell, really. Erupts to life and hits him in the arm. Valentine, give me another athletics check.
It's a 17 again.
Let's see here. 17 is not enough. You feel his grip sort of slacken as she shoots him in the arm, but you are not quite able to weasel out. However, give me perception, and you can give it to me with advantage.
Okay. Yes. Excellent. 21.
You see where she shot him. It is bleeding, and you notice two things. One, you do see black cobwebs begin extending out from the wound across his undead flesh. You also realize the smell of the blood that's coming out of him is the smell of your blood.
Now, we saw the bullets, and we know that they were poisoned. Did they look to be like a silver bullet?
You never actually laid eyes on the bullet. You laid eyes on what
I
the
guess
bullet
Fen
did.
did. Yeah.
And it was Fen that got the natural 20 to know they're poisoned. But now you know they're poison, Valentine. So yeah, it's
Sure do.
poison
All right.
as well. However, you are not able to escape him just yet. Nahara, it is your turn.
Well, I like to keep my enemies close, and right now Stuart it's his time, so I'm going to hurl a witch bolt at him.
Gonna hurl a witch bolt at Stuart? Okay.
I'm sorry, we're done. That's a natural 20.
But Stuart didn't attack us.
I know, but
that is enough. That is enough to hit him.
okay, I just need to grab another. Oh, here it is. That is a 21. Is that doubled?
Yes.
42.
42 points of damage.
Oh my God.
You all see a giant hole gets punched into the glass case, and whatever this fluid that he's in begins leaking out from it as the brain inside is burned and singed and kind of rocks over to the side inside of the glass jar, but is not defeated yet. Anything else from Nahara?
As a bonus action, my lyre is out of tune, but I will give Brother Uriah some bardic inspiration.
Perfect. Is that a D6 for you currently?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Perfect. Anything else for Nahara?
No.
All right, Tatiana, you hear a small explosion on your back as this witch bolt has landed and Desmond is coming in your direction.
Tatiana doesn't have time to think about Stuart. She saw Valentine have blood drained from her neck. So, as bonus action, she goes into rage. And did you say that there was a bit of water running around the center of the druid circle?
There is.
I want to grapple Jander and try and drag him to that water.
All right, give me athletics.
Is this, and because that's a strength, do I get an advantage if I'm raging?
Hold on one second here. Give me either nature or history. Whichever's higher.
Wait, don't be rude. I got -1 in both of those.
We need to find out if Tatiana has a reasonable expectation of knowing this about vampires. She's not from Ravenloft. This is not her life. So Becca can know, but that doesn't mean Tatiana knows. So
can it just be straight wisdom so I don't get a minus?
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you straight wisdom.
Come on, nat 20, baby. It's a 19.
I will say that that's a common enough folklore that yes, you would know that running water will harm him.
I've never met one, but I've read storybooks. Okay, I can't read, but they were read to me. I overheard one time a father tell his child, "It doesn't matter."
Athletics with advantage.
19.
Or actually, not advantage. Well, but you tell me. Are you raging?
I went into a rage.
Okay, then yes, it is advantage. 19. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. You grab him, and it's like he's made out of stone, Tatiana. In such a colorful group. I think I shall keep some of you around for eternity. And he is still got
No blue jokes, please!
Anything else from Tatiana? That's a rage and a grapple.
That was my bonus to rage.
Yep. You have locked up with him, but he is not budging an inch. Desmond, it is your turn. Actually, no, it is Stuart's turn. Sorry, I was wrong with this here. Nahara and Desmond both give me intelligence saves.
Nine. Try to trust the digital dice.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
Oh. 16.
You all see that shockwave goes off again. And Desmond, you take 17 points of damage and are stunned.
Oh, well, there's that.
Nahara, you have passed the save, so you are not stunned by this, but you definitely feel it. However, give me... Hang on.
Was I attacked?
Oh, no, Stuart's shockwave went off. You've seen this 100 times.
Oh,
Yep.
yes, okay.
His mind blast went off. However, give me a wisdom save.
16.
Hold on one second here. Let me check something real quick. That is enough. Yep. Nothing else happens. Yep.
Okay.
All right. And now, Desmond, it is your turn. However, you can make another save at the end of your turn to see if you break out of the stun. Actually, you can give me 2 saves, and I'll let you decide what happens first. Because you've been damaged, you have a chance to break the charm, and you have a chance to break the stun at the end of the turn. So I will let you tell me which one you want to roll for first.
I'm going to roll for the saving after the damage.
For the stun or for the charm?
For the charm.
Okay, that you
Like,
will
I can
roll
do.
with
Wait, wait. Say again. That'll roll with what?
The charm will be with advantage because of your protection from evil from Brother Uriah.
Oh, yay.
Back to your previous point of clarification, Brother Uriah. When they get a save, that save is at advantage. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
All right. So rolling for advantage. That'd be 18 after advantage is added.
That is enough. You snap out of your desire to harm Stuart or help Jolender. You aren't necessarily mad at him for it, but you mean like, he's not so bad. Bam. I mean, actually, I just met this dude. I don't know this dude.
But I did see him bite Valentine and aim to bite.
Still got Valentine in his hand. Like,
oh, then that's enough.
And is next to Brother Uriah. However, now you got to roll separate to see if you break this stun. That is an intelligence save.
Ooh, true. Intelligence save.
So your mind is yours again. Your body may or may not be yours again.
I imagine that's a D1. Let's attempt it. I'm gonna use Valentine's die. Help me here. That's a 13.
You are still trapped, but on the inside, your mind is your own again.
Yeah.
But that does bring us back around to the top. Finn, he has moved about 30 feet away from you because actually, hang on. There's one last thing that he is going to do. Brother Uriah.
Yes.
What is your AC currently?
18.
Okay.
And I guess he's at disadvantage.
Oh, yes, because the protection from evil. You feel he swings at you with a fist, and you get your shield up in time, but it is like a battering ram, just slams into it for 8 points of damage. And you hear a loud crack from your shield. It holds, but he's with his free hand as he's still got Valentine in the other one.
Ezra, preserve me.
I think it's too late for that, cleric. In Finn, it is your turn. He has Valentine in one hand and is punching at Brother Uriah at the other, whose shield is currently up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So since I looked it up between turns, I can transform. I can do a hybrid transformation.
Great.
Am I not grappled with him? Did he just shake me off?
Yeah, he just beat you in the roll. Dramatically, you just couldn't move him. Logistically, he just beat you in the roll.
Oh, in your
However,
face.
this Tatiana, talking is a free action. Do you want to share your vampiric insight with the others?
Throw him in the water!
Good idea.
Perfect.
So I transform into a winged lichen type form. And I go for him. I'm trying to pull him away. So I'm trying to get him away so that he drops Valentine and so he gets away from Uriah.
Give me athletics.
Oh boy. At least I get advantage. Oh god. That was really bad. I almost dropped this on the floor. Even with my bonus, it may not work. It was like a 16.
Same thing. As you go to try and pull him, he just shrugs you off. Although, give me both Valentine and Finn, give me perception checks.
Nat 20.
You definitely will notice. He had you up completely off the ground, Valentine, now this arm is like dropped. He still has you, but whatever this poison is doing is inhibiting him. Like you haven't gotten away from him, but like it's slowing him down. However, as Finn grabs and is trying to pull him off, she is not successful.
Okay.
Anything else from Finn?
Does him... Okay, never mind. I don't think there's anything I can do. Sorry, I was trying to think if there's anything else I could do. Hold on, though.
No problem. Valentine, you're on deck, so...
I did an unarmed strike, so I actually get another attack. It's a feature of the second form.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it.
Technically, you can try and grapple twice. I mean, grapple is an attack, so...
Okay, so I'm going to try 2 grapples. Hopefully one of them works. Ooh, a 19 and a 17.
Let's see. This time, you do manage to get a hold of him. Hold on. Let me read something here real quick. Sorry. Yeah, as it would have taken your movement to get over here to him, but you feel like you've got a handle on him. So much so that while you're grabbing him, Brother Uriah, you see he whips out with his claws again at your face, and Finn pulls him back as his hands like right past you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I since I got a successful grappled, can I use my other? Well, I roll both at the same time. So never mind. I was gonna try to bite him, but that was it.
Yep. Not.
That's
currently.
all I can do.
Yep. Valentine, it is your turn.
Okay, so I definitely want to try and get out of this hold.
You can give me athletics with advantage.
Oh, advantage would be real nice. Thank you.
He's still pretty strong, but yes, it will be easier than it was.
15?
Unfortunately, is not enough.
Even with his poison arm?
I have him rolling at disadvantage and you at advantage, and it still wasn't enough. It seems like even though he's got you by the throat, his intention currently is firmly on Uriah. But yes.
Okay. Now, did that use my action trying to get out?
No, because he's poisoned, I won't make it because he's
Okay.
losing his grip. Yeah.
So if I've got that arm, that poisony arm on me, I would like to put my hand on the like spiderwebby wound and cast a firebolt into it.
I'll give you advantage on the attack because he's very much point blank here.
Okay, that's a 22.
That is more than enough to get him.
And I am hoping that will make him let go of me because I'm shooting him right in his shitty arm.
Give me the damage.
That is 7 points of damage.
All right. You see, hang on. This is how I'm going to do this. Flames leap out from his arm and he howls at it. But I'm going to give him, I was going to give him straight wisdom to see if he could like fight through the pain. And he does not succeed. He does let go of you, Valentine, as the fire like goes up his arm. And you see he's just looking at Valentine and Uriah and Finn just again with rage in his eyes. And for the first moment, for you especially, Uriah, to a lesser extent, Finn and Valentine, as you're seeing this horrific creature in front of you, you understand why they're so intent on destroying these things. Nothing this evil should be allowed to live, Brother Uriah. There in front of all of you. However, it is his turn. Well, was that it for Valentine?
Yeah, that'll be it for me. Actually, if I get any movement, I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity, right? Unless he's like really struggling right now.
Well, let me just, technically he's grappled, so he can't move. I don't know that that's a factor of attacks of opportunity, actually. So let me.
And I know that he do teleport and pop around, but if I can get a little distance,
you've witnessed him doing this.
I would love to, anyways.
Okay, let me see here. Let me just verify if being able to move is a prerequisite. Yeah, no, technically he can still do it. Let's see.
Well, then I will stay.
No, yeah, no. Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay? Or are you gonna go? If you go, he will get to swing at you.
Oh, yes, I don't want to be swung at, of course.
Okay, so you're not gonna move?
The attack of opportunity is going to be the same thing as him going to attack me because I know he's next in initiative.
It would be.
Unless I say you hit me, you big stupid oaf.
So are you staying? Or
I'm going to stay.
All right,
I'm going to stay.
You're gonna stay here in the pocket with him. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cool. No problem. I'm not gonna tell you what the roll was, just for the record. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Would have failed.
Brother Uriah.
Yes.
Actually, Finn.
I am too low to risk it.
I get
Oh
it.
dear.
Finn.
Yes.
As you are holding on to him here, he turns and he looks at you and he says, "You pathetic half-blooded creature. You don't even know our true power. What is your AC, Finn?"
15?
He buries his fangs into your arm, and blood goes out everywhere again. And you
Rude.
get that exact same feeling that Nahara got as he bites you for 7 and drains 10 points out of you, and your hit point maximum goes down by 10. As you feel your own unlife draining into him, and you see the wounds on his body start closing up immediately as he does it. He also, while he has his fangs into Finn, just throws a vicious backhand at Brother Uriah and hits you square on for 8 points of damage.
Does he have to step away from me to do that?
No, this is
Uriah wasn't melee range, but...
Oh, I thought Uriah was melee. Yeah, he was, because he punched him in the shield already. He transported right next to him, remember? And Brother Uriah has him. So
you got away from me then.
The 4 of you were kind of like all right there as he's fighting. 17, not 27, 17. That is... Yes.
Since that does invoke an attack of opportunity, though, because he did bite me.
It shouldn't.
Doesn't he?
No.
Oh, dagnabbit.
No.
Look, I'm just trying to react and bite him back.
Because that's the thing about the grappled condition. When you grapple somebody, they grapple you back. Which, just like he's vulnerable to your bite, you're vulnerable to his. However, because he is currently held up, that is it for him. And that brings it to Uriah's turn. As you see, he has let go of Valentine, who was grievously wounded, now has Finn with his fangs embedded in her. And as he's drinking, when he looks straight at you, Uriah. He doesn't say anything, but you just see his lips curl back into a smile with her blood coming out.
Well, since we're all in such comfortable melee range, I'll reach out and place my hand against his forehead and unleash a guiding bolt.
I will give you advantage for being so close, and he's grappled. So
very well.
I mean, would that actually miss?
We'll see.
Oh, but you can always miss.
You can always miss. But I've also got some bardic inspiration if needed, and I might be needed because that's no good. Okay, so that is a 16, and I'm going to add the bardic inspiration to that.
Okay.
That's a D6 currently, yes?
It is.
Okay. 19.
That is enough to hit him.
Okay, so this is another upcast guiding bolt, radiant damage. That's 11 points of radiant damage, plus the spiritual weapon as my bonus action now is attacking at advantage.
Okay.
I hope it's better than that. 19.
That is enough to hit him.
Great. And this will be force damage. It's being sticky. I'll go physical dice for this.
Okay.
Max damage. That is an 8 plus 4, 12 points of force damage.
Excellent. Brother Uriah, as you blast him here and he hisses, recoiling, your sense of undeath goes crazy. something terrible is nearby.
What? But I'm still yelling out at him. You mock Ezra's power, then feel it, and there's something worse on the way. Oh gods.
He pulls his fangs out of Finn and looks at you and says, "I assure you, there's nothing worse here than me." There's something worse than him. Yeah. Yeah. Brother, give me perception, Brother Uriah.
Perception. 24.
Your eyes turn, Brother Uriah, and you are getting a sense of undeath from the druid circle and from the stairs. As you turn and look over, and Tristan's body is laying unmoving on the stairs.
Oh no. Oh dear. Our host is in peril. But I suppose we need to deal with this first.
You all definitely hear that. However, it is Safra's turn, who, seeing what you're after with the running water, very much hits Jolender and starts pushing him along with you, Finn. Pushing him towards the water. And he digs his feet into the ground, and you see the mud sliding underneath him as she's just like, "Oh!" And when his feet hit the running water of the pool, you hear tss, and smoke starts coming up from it. And he's like, "Ah! Ah!" As the running water is clearly burning him. However, he is not defeated yet. And Nahara, it is your turn.
Nahara very much wants to help her friends in this situation. However, she just started something that she really needs to finish, or else, well, she knows what Stuart is capable of. So she'll hit another witch bolt at Stuart.
All right, roll it.
That is 18 to hit.
That is enough to hit him.
And that is 16 points of lightning damage.
You see the second bolt hits, and the remainder of that fluid drains out of the container, and the brain just rolls to the bottom of the container.
I'm so sorry, Stuart.
Anything
And then
else?
I turn
Is it
my
still
attention.
on my back, or is it? Did it fall to the floor?
It's still on your back.
You might want to.
Basically,
Tatiana might want to.
all these things at your
Can I
back.
have some damage too? Just asking. No worries.
Nope, she hit. If she'd missed, it might have happened. Nope, direct hit. Anything else from Nahara?
No, that will be it for me.
Excellent. All right, that brings us to Tatiana. It is your turn.
Okay, so I am no longer in a rage because I did not get attack of opportunity and no one hurt me.
No, you're still raging because you attempted to grapple. You just have to try. You don't have to succeed. You tried to attack, so that satisfies your rage.
I am still raging, and I would like to assist Safra in her shoving him further physically into this water.
Perfect. Give me another athletics check, and yours is at advantage.
18.
You push him further back, and you realize that the water's only so deep. It's probably only about waist deep anyway. It's just kind of like more like a trench. But between Finn, Tatiana, and Safra, you all have driven him back into it. You hear bubbling and hissing as the water feels cool around all of your legs, but it is clearly burning and eating away at him. But he is still up and fighting.
Yes, I jump into the pool so that I can yank him and have more leverage this way. It feels very nice. I feel good in the water. And you will suffer, vampire, for hurting my friends.
You see, he is just screaming and hissing, and just bloody froth is coming out of his mouth. Like his eyes are nearly bugging out of his head, just wild.
That's right.
Anything else from Tatiana?
That's all I can do.
Perfect. Desmond, it is your turn. However, you gotta give me, Stuart's incapacitated, so I don't know that you automatically get out of it. Let me see if what he was doing was a, concentration effect or not. It is not. So you are not innately released. Give me intelligence.
Hey, but simultaneously not.
Intelligence save. Sorry.
14.
That is enough. Unfortunately, it does take your turn to do so. But however, give me a perception check.
Try to trust the dice in here. 18.
Something's wrong, Desmond. Something's wrong. Just a terrible feeling comes over you. Like the land itself is crying and asking you for help. And all of the hair on the back of your neck stands up. You see over on the stairs, Tristan, who was laying unmoving, his eyes just open for a second, and he sits up like he's being pulled up with strings and looks at you and opens his mouth, and you just hear and he starts to slowly get to his feet. You cannot act, but you can say something if you want.
Checking a thing.
You cannot act expressly because the stun effect you get to save at the end of your turn.
Oh, I was thinking of a bonus action, if at all possible.
Technically, you can, but perhaps it might be rule of cool. What did you have in mind here? Because technically, you don't get free until your turn is over. So,
well, if that's the case, then cool. I'm just gonna kind of yell to the party. Sorry about the Stewart thing. I'm good now, but that seems to be a problem. Just yelling that to everybody around so that everybody can hear.
You do all hear that. And I will say, when he points it out to you, you do see what was this young, beautiful boy standing up, and he looks gaunt and desiccated. His cheeks look sunken in, and it's like there are webs of green that are along all of his veins over his pale skin. And he's like, and begins coming down the stairs. And you see, when he gets to the bottom, the moment his feet touch the grass, it all starts dying all around him.
Oh boy.
Finn, that brings us back to you. You are here in the water with you, Tatiana, and Safra are holding Jolender in the water. And yes, Desmond?
At the end of my turn, I would like to cast Slayer's Prey on...
You can't. That you can't do. Yeah,
had the hope. Had to try it. Had to try it.
The running water is clearly harming him, but you see whatever this is coming down the stairs, Finn.
Oh boy. Does our now oddly zombified friend still have blood?
Give me a perception check.
I would ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a whole 5.
Mm.
Well, oh wait, I get advantage on perception.
Okay.
Not much better as a 12.
Signs point to no. That looks dead.
All right, then. Never mind. That's not going to work. I try to pull Jolender into the water then.
Technically, you've already got him grappled, so you can give me another grapple check to see if you want to try and hold him under the water.
Oh, cool. Let's drown him.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nat 20.
It's you, between you and Safra and Tatiana, you essentially foot sweep him and just push him down under it and are holding him there. as he's like clawing and struggling. Like the three of you are holding him, and you can see like chips and bits of him like flaking off as he's like, but it is killing him, but he's not dead yet. Anything else?
Does does running water affect Dampier?
Nope.
Oh, then I just keep him under the water.
Yep. Hold him there. Technically, his movement's 0, so barring a miracle, he can't get back up again if you've knocked him down under here.
That's what you get for fighting a large group of people near water.
As you see, Safra just looks up at you, and she's like, "This is good. This is good." However, Valentine, it is your turn. You are aware they seem to have him in hand. In the water. However, Tristan is heading your way.
I will turn around and I will firebolt Tristan.
Perfect. Roll it.
All right. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Let me double check. All right.
Tristan better not be that strong, I swear to God.
I mean, you knew what this was. A 20 is enough to hit him.
Okay, that's 8 points of damage.
Okay. You give me a wisdom save. How many points of damage was that? Sorry.
8.
Okay, perfect.
That's a 13 on a wisdom save.
Valentine. At the best of times, you have an odd relationship with life and unlife, in death and undeath. And as you attack this thing, you're aware there is some sort of connection between the state it is in and the state you are in. Not that it made you, but like you also exist in a place of life and unlife and death and coming back. This also is stuck in some sort of cycle of death and undeath and life and coming back.
Interesting.
Anything else from Valentine?
I will just, how many people are on the vampire right now?
Right now, Tatiana,
everybody but Nahara.
Tatiana, Safra, and Finn have him over in the water. Desmond, Brother Uriah, and Nahara are not in the water.
The feeling of relating in the space between life and death, is it? It's just knowledge. That's it.
It's more of a feeling. It's just you something about its state. You just are just aware of it in a way that even you don't understand.
Does it feel like sympathy? I'm not terribly familiar with it.
I will let you tell me whether or not it's a sympathetic feeling. I won't make a judgment on how Valentine feels.
Okay, I'm just wondering if I'm being like afflicted with a feeling about it, or if I am just. That's why I think it's just pure information.
Data. Yeah, pure data.
Then I don't care. Excellent.
It's pure observation. You are not being.
Great.
It's not an effect. It is an observation.
Great. Then I do not care. That's it.
Perfect. Like roll to DGAF, right? However, it is now Jander's turn. Let me double check here. Ooh. You see Finn.
Yes.
You and Tatiana, you sort of feel this also. You feel it's like he starts to dissolve, like he is going to turn into mist, but it doesn't happen. Like he begins to sort of dissipate and then sort of just reforms in the water and starts to like panic more as like chunks and bits of him are starting to come off. You're like seeing down into his skull and is eating away at his clothes. And Finn, in your mind, you hear, I realize this has been a terrible inconvenience. I give you my word as a gentleman, I had no idea this pathetic creature would be here, but I assure you, you're doing all of the planes a service by ending its miserable existence.
Who are you?
I'm Jander Sunstar, of course.
I'm fighting.
You're fighting a Jander Sunstar. I am the Jander Sunstar.
I don't appreciate being lied to.
I swear to you, I had no idea it was here. I only knew that my daughter was in danger.
From you, or a version of you.
Perhaps some sort of simulacrum. But as you can see with your own eyes, my daughter is also a not insignificant danger to me as well. I just wanted to see her to safety. However, I'm only intruding now because you may have a different problem.
Go on.
I will attempt to hasten its approach, but whatever that creature is probably not a foe that you wish to tangle with in your current state. I mean, I realize this Jander was obviously a very crude approximation of my own power, but both you and your associate Valentine, and to a lesser extent even the Holy Man, do seem quite a bit injured.
Well, yes, you bit me.
It was not I. I have not.
Semantics, what do you want? What is it you need us to do?
I would like to assist in your egress, at least. Otherwise, you may meet your doom here.
Very well. Can you hasten this one's demise as well?
Could you distract my daughter for a moment?
Fine, but you owe me a lot.
Remember when I told you that I would give you the solution?
Yes, but now is not the time for a casual conversation.
This may be the only time, because neither of us may escape this place intact.
Fine.
Lamortia, Victra Mordenheim, she has all the answers you seek, both to my predicament and yours.
Would that be after your simulacrum bit me?
Your previous state. You have nothing to fear from it, unless, of course, you die here and you will rise as a vampire spawn, which would be not at all a fate befitting one such as yourself. Distraction, please.
Oh, very well.
And you see Safra's like, oh!
I pretend to faint and sway heavily right into Safra, as if the blood loss has gotten to me.
And she's like, Barbarian, hold him! And you see she does let go of him to catch you, Finn. And for a split second, you see genuine concern in her eyes as she catches you and sees the blood coming from the wound. And you all hear, and down from the ceiling, you see something come streaking, like, and a wooden stake hits Jander square in the heart, and he stops moving.
I continue to faint.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Finn as well.
And Safra doesn't even seem to notice this, as she very much tries to, like, carefully carry you out of the water here. And when Jander lays there inert, you see he just falls apart. The water just washes him away, and his empty clothes start flowing down the river.
Ew. And I do go out of my other form because I can do so at will, so it will seem as if I actually fainted and went out of my altered form.
You see Safra is like, Cleric! Something has happened to Finn. I don't know what he's done to her.
Is it my turn? May I rush over?
It is your turn, Brother Uriah. This thing that has stepped on the grass and watched it all die. You see it turns down and it looks at the grass for a moment and then looks up at all of you. She's like, However, she is screaming for you in the opposite direction to help with Finn, who has fainted.
I'm perfectly willing to run in the opposite direction from this thing, so I will do so. However, I suppose if I can do my bonus action first.
Of course.
As I do so, the sword of Ezra interposes itself between us and this thing. So essentially, it will be in between us, and I suppose it could even get an attack on him.
If you wish.
Very well. Let's attempt it anyway.
Oh dear.
But actually, since it's my bonus action, first I will heal Fen.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll it.
Actually, may I make a medicine roll to detect that this is not quite what it seems?
She is. Yes, you can, but she's clearly wounded. I mean, he definitely.
She is wounded
bit
anyway.
her.
Yes,
I mean, like
that's true.
You watched him. You were close enough to see him draining the life out of both Finn and Valentine. So she is not uninjured.
Very well. Let's tend to that wound first of all. Fen will get 5 hit points back.
Yay.
Okay.
And then the spiritual weapon will attempt to attack whatever this thing is. Dirty 20.
It is able to hit.
Very well. And it does. Come on now. Sorry. No, again, it's D8s are being sticky for some reason. It does total of 8 points of damage, 4 plus 4.
Perfect. Excellent. Anything else from Brother Uriah?
That's everything I can do. Probably just Fen, are you all right? Fen, I don't understand. She should be there. There she is.
Oh, what happened?
I think you were overcome in the battle, but oh, good job. What have you managed to stake him?
What? Where?
Safra turns and looks, and his body's gone. Tatiana, you clearly witnessed this. You're the only one that saw this, like, come from near the ceiling. And
then I say,
yeah. No. Sorry, hang on. To clarify, Finn knows Safra was successfully distracted. Tatiana saw it also, so you did see it. Yeah, Brother Uriah. Only Safra doesn't know what happened. Sorry. Please continue. Sorry. Were you going to say something else, Brother Uriah? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Are you all right, Finn?
No, he bit me.
Yes, I'll do what I can, but we have company.
Brother Uriah, give me a Constitution save.
Ooh. 15.
You see Brother Uriah turns and says, "We have company." And this thing holds its hands up and just goes, and you see the life draining out of Brother Uriah that erupts out of his eyes, out of his mouth, out of his ears, and fly over towards this. And as the life comes flying towards this creature, all of the grass underneath it dies in this elaborate pattern. And you take 18 points of necrotic damage.
I am unconscious.
Oh dear.
Hold on, let me just read 1 second here. You see the wounds that Brother Uriah caused on it all open up, and it lifts off the ground, flying, coming towards you all, like. However, it is Nahara's turn. Actually, it's Safra's turn. Safra looks down at Brother Uriah, and as he falls, manages to catch him too, because you were right there next to you, Finn. And she just looks back and she says, "We should leave. We are not the equal of this foe."
Agreed. I'm going to use my dark form and pick up Brother Uriah and start flying.
Not your turn yet. This is Safra's turn.
Oh, I thought we were out of combat. Sorry.
Oh no, you were very much not out of combat.
Well, damn.
Safra, however, does use her action to start scooping up Brother Uriah and kind of putting him over her shoulder and turning like she is going to go away from this thing. She can use her full turn doing that. However, Nahara, it is now your turn. You have witnessed this. You see Safra has him and is leaving.
Then I will quickly, seeing as how Brother Uriah is down, I will fly over, make sure that, and I'll touch Brother Uriah as she has him over her shoulder, and I'll cure wounds and also.
Yes.
Perfect.
So that will be
Brother Uriah.
10 points of healing.
Brother Uriah, before you come back, you're in a place where you feel your soul pulled in two very different directions. You simultaneously feel the call to destroy all things living. All things green are your enemies. And you also feel the call of your king, who lay his own claim on Brother Uriah's soul. And in that moment, between life and death, does Brother Uriah's king say anything to him?
You really are quite fragile, aren't you? I do wonder if I have selected an appropriate instrument of my will. I have not been forced to save you this time. Your friends did that. See that you do not fail me again. Man.
You're back with Nahara.
Where?
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
You're going to be all right. I will never leave you behind.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for you saved me. This horrible thing, we've got to get away from it. It's beyond any of us.
We have to go.
I will say, is it everyone's intention to flee? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Desmond.
Yep.
Then, yes, you all are able to run. However, you notice as you all are running through this cave, this thing is pursuing you as well.
We run deeper in the cave instead of out the stairs we came in?
Well, it's kind of between you and the stairs. I assume you were trying to go away from it. Is your intent to go up the stairs?
How deep does the cave look like it goes?
You don't see the edges of it.
Okay.
Although Safra definitely ran that way when she grabbed Brother Uriah.
Seems like she knows.
Mm-hmm. However, as you all are running, Desmond, give me a Constitution save.
Oh no. Let me just roll these real dice, because 19.
You feel this force again pulling the life out of you, and you all see it happening to Desmond too, like it's draining out of him. But you feel the pendant on your chest, Desmond, the pendant you never take off, burns like it is on fire, like a rage in your heart, and your life force just refuses to leave. You still take 9 points of damage, but you can witness what's happening to Desmond, like it is coming from him, and he's like fighting to hold on to it, basically, as you all are running.
Oh.
However, as you all are running along, Desmond, give me a nature check, because you all see it is flying very much after you, and it gets near the druid circle, and you see it just stops and it turns and looks at it. And it's like, goes over towards the druid circle where you see the grass in the middle, and it walks over and just pushes over one of the stones and like slams its hand down on the ground, and all the grass starts to die, and everything's like it very much stops chasing you all to destroy all of this as you all are running. And you see around it, just everything is dying. This idyllic setting is just being withered and destroyed before your very eyes as you all are fleeing into the caves. Nature, Desmond.
My real dice hate me, and somehow I don't have advantage because I'm not proficient in nature 3.
No problem.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
That seems legit down here. Valentine, were you about to say something?
I was just saying it was my fault because he was rolling the Valentine dice.
Actually, that time I rolled with the Desmond dice. That was mine.
Okay, I take no responsibility then.
Yeah.
They giveth and they taketh away, right?
This is true.
You all run through these caves here, and you see Safra puts Brother Uriah down and runs until she sort of reaches a blank wall and looks up and is like, I'm slightly lost. I cannot quite seem to find how it is I got down here in pursuit of my father. Does anyone have any suggestions? Because she pulls her sword out and the gun in the other hand, and she's like, I shan't go down without a fight, but I was here to slay him, not become slain myself.
Are you kidding? We thought we followed you.
I was just going away from the monster that was killing all of reality.
No, you don't run deeper into a hole if you don't know.
We're away from him, and he seems distracted by whatever that was.
Sorry, just killing a thing that was destroying all of reality is a very weighted statement.
No, it was killing all of reality. You saw what it was doing.
Yes!
That's why I didn't.
You want us to fight?
No!
You want us to...
No! I wish to flee.
Wait,
Can
perhaps...
I look for a weakness on this wall?
You can give me nature. Yes, Brother Uriah.
I shall cast guidance upon Tatiana, asking Ezra's help as she attempts this nature roll.
Perfect. An extra 1d4.
That will be great. Okay, so we're subtracting 1, but we're adding 4. That's adding 3. 22.
Tatiana, you think as you're looking down, there's some water that has run down this wall. You think there may be a crack that is higher up.
I attempt to wedge my fingers, Alex Honnold style, in between the corner, the crack, the vertical crack, and climb up it using my fingers as leverage.
As you see Tatiana is fighting, trying to find her way through this place. In the distance, you hear boom as this druid circle is being destroyed. From the darkness, you hear, would you all perhaps like a bit of assistance? I can't help but feeling at least partially at fault for your current quandary. And Safra immediately is like, ah!
No, please, let him help first, please.
Let us get out, and then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Yes.
fight later.
My dear daughter, I assure you, you will have untold centuries to unsuccessfully take my head.
Talk less, point more.
You do see Jolender comes out of the darkness, the one you came here with the wide brim hat. And he says, I shall see to your escape, but do please accept my humblest apologies. And he walks over to the wall, and you see he just balls up his fist, and boom! And you see a huge crack goes out through it. Tatiana, you've never seen a blow this strong dealt, and he does it very casually. And you do see a crack that you could probably wedge yourself through. It might be tight for Desmond, out to the woods on the other side.
That was incredible.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yes. Can we please
Safra,
go now?
I do love you, my daughter. And you see she click, blam, and he turns into mist. And the bullet just goes
Seems
right
like
through
now wouldn't be the time.
him. There's always time for him. Go.
Quickly,
I must
quickly.
definitely go.
Yes.
I give
Going.
Valentine a boost.
As
Thank you.
You all come out wedging yourself through this, and you see she's running behind you as well, looking back in the direction of the cave. As you all hear that echoing just in all directions around you. Up ahead, you see the miss.
Quickly, to the carnival, yes?
Please.
Yes, I grab Uriah's hand and just start running.
As you all are running through here, Safra, you see she pulls out something and wraps it in her hand, and she says, "I will not forget you or your names, friends." And you all... yes, Brother Ray.
Oh, fare thee well. And as we're running, I'm just like, Nahara, did you kill Stuart? Did I see that? Did you kill Stuart?
We can talk about that later. It was kind of being a liability.
I was starting to like him.
You all
Die you too, but
I was trying not to die.
plunge
exactly
into the mist. And as you all are traveling through, looking for the familiar lights and sounds of the carnival, you instead are greeted by a much different sight of a towering mountain covered with electricity and a large, white, unblinking eye. And that is a good place for us to stop. Valentine, you are still in this strange place, confronted by the specter of your dearest friend, begging you to help her escape.
How do I help you?
I don't know. I wander. I'm in this darkness, yet I see others who are like what I am. And it's almost as if they have their own little lives happening. Or do you call it lives for ghosts? But they're in their own little worlds, doing their own things and having their experiences. And I am just fumbling in these mists.
Can I
Maybe-
talk to this Strahd or something?
Yes, maybe see if you can speak to this Strahd about how to get me out, what he's thinking. Maybe see if you can find someone who's heard of this place or been here or knows the ways of it. I
am excellent at making deals.
You are very much at that.
If there's a way for me to get through, I will.
Please do. Please do what you can. Try. I will be forever grateful if you get me out of here and somehow get me back, if that's even possible.
If it exists, it will happen, I promise. Have you heard of Lord Soth?
Maybe in my studies, like one of those stories, but I can't say I know everything or really anything about such the name. Why?
She was looking for something called the Raven Crown. And I don't know, seems like you're in one of these folk tales at this point.
Why? I mean, I know that there were some who have come to Kashma for relics, but I've never... The Raven Crown.
Yeah.
I can't say that I know of this one either.
I'm just hoping that if I help some people and do some favors and keep bargaining and trading my way through here, I can find my way back to you.
Whatever you can do, whatever you can find out. If you can help me, I will do whatever I can on my end to make it happen. I shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here.
How do I find you, Mika? I don't know.
I don't even know. I was thinking of you. What were you doing for you to find me?
I've been thinking about you since we got here.
All right, so maybe we must think very much of each other. Like it builds some sort of thread to pull on.
Yeah, of course.
Valentine, as you look at your friend in strange desperation, a familiar alien voice echoes in your mind. Would you like my help, Valentine?
Yes.
On the ground, in between the two of you, a piece of parchment appears, faded, crumpled, and bloodstained. It is one of the very first love letters Armand wrote to Nika. Take this in your hand. It will guide your path.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry we didn't leave. I'm so sorry I didn't know.
Tatiana was right. Tatiana had the right idea.
Could have gone to the fighting pits.
Oh, I would love to see that now. What is that?
Kind of just offer it in my hand to her.
Your spectral fingers go right through it, Nika, but you recognize it immediately, and all of the complex emotions come rushing back of flattery, duty, necessity, not love.
For... This has become a tangled web.
It always was.
More so now.
And here, with at least a clue of how to find your friend and hopefully restore her to life in exchange for a cost, is a good place for us to stop.